Welcome to this edition of UCentral News. I'm Mardiana Malik.
And I'm Devin Bass.
And big news coming in from the Metro.
Yes, that's right. While UCentral Park has just opened up, the MAPS 3 project overseeing the new convention center is still picking up the pace.
That's right, and it's one of near a dozen projects Oklahoma City has voted on to create opportunities for everyone to enjoy. This includes the OKC streetcars, River Sport Rapids, and more.
UCentral's John Hayes has more on what the city hopes this next edition will bring to the table. John?
Devin and Mariadna, just steps behind me, Oklahoma City's next project in MAPS 3 is coming together.
This is going to be the city's house. We will regularly invite visitors from around the country and even around the world to come to our house for a visit.
Mayor David Holt, along with other MAPS 3 officials, revealed the new logo for the MAPS 3 Convention Center. This comes less than 2 weeks after the grand opening of another big MAPS project in the Metro, UCentral Park, with the city hoping to boost tourism.
And one thing we probably don't talk about enough in sales tax, and specifically MAPS, is that 30 to 40% of sales tax is paid by visitors.
Each color of the new logo for the center has an identity. They represent culture, community, hospitality, education, and innovation.
The different colors kind of fold together like origami, refolding itself to suit our city's needs as it continues to evolve.
As construction evolves, officials say this project will rack up nearly a $300 million price tag. Once it's done, there will be a 42-acre yard, meeting rooms, a cafe, and more job opportunities for Oklahomans.
We're going to not just leave the memory of them having been here, but they're going to leave millions of dollars in our local businesses, supporting the salaries of thousands of employees around the metro area.
In Oklahoma City, John Hayes, UCentral News.
Thank you, John. While there's no official grand opening date set for the center, officials are hoping to complete the building project by next year.
And moving into national news, President Donald Trump is signing 2 trade deals with Japan today. The deals benefit U.S. farmers who have been affected after Trump pulled out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The deals will lower Japanese taxes when importing American beef, pork, and wheat, among others. The Japan agreement comes days before the U.S. and China sit down to resume trade talks. And more coming in on Trump, a federal judge has ordered him to turn over 8 years of tax returns. This stems from an investigation into hush money payments to 2 women who have claimed to have had affairs with the president. The judge said Trump was making a, quote, categorical and limitless assertion of presidential immunity, and that this claim of immunity was, quote, extraordinary and an overreach of executive power. However, Trump's lawyers have appealed the ruling, meaning that Trump will not be turning over any documents for now.
Trump took to Twitter this morning to express his reaction to the ruling, saying that, quote, the radical left Democrats have failed on all fronts, so now they're pushing local New York City and state Democrat prosecutors to go get President Trump. A thing like this has never happened to any president before, not even close. We will keep you updated as this story develops.
And an Oklahoma lawmaker has filed a lawsuit against the permitless carry law from going into effect this November. Representative Jason Lowe said that the law is dangerous. He argues that this violates the single subject rule, which requires bills that are passed to be only about one subject that is clearly expressed in the title. Lowe and other advocates argue that the bill doesn't only apply to carrying guns, but also the use and possession of other types of weapons as well. The law, also known as a constitutional carry, would allow citizens aged 21 and older to carry firearms without training or background checks. In August, Lowe led a petition to suspend permitless carry. However, it fell short in gathering signatures. And on campus, we have new information on the Miss UCO 2020 scholarship pageant. Our very own Dylan Rouse has more on the possible cancellation of the pageant. Dylan?
This year will mark the last of a 40-year tradition here at UCO, the Miss UCO pageant. Student Engagement Office announced today that their plans to discontinue the pageant after nearly 4 decades. If you still like to compete, you can fill out an application here at Student Engagement on the 4th floor of the NI, room 424. Back to you all in the studio.
Thanks, Dylan. If you are interested in joining the Miss UCO pageant before it is discontinued, Applications are due this Friday, the 11th at 4 p.m.
And if you're interested in photography or getting some money to help with tuition, you might want to check this out. UCO students can enter the Mid-First Bank Photography Contest for a chance to win $500 scholarship. All you have to do is submit a colored theme photo of UCO with campus elements. For example, you could take pictures of our mascot, Buddy Bronco, the UCO logo, or campus buildings. The only restriction is that the photos cannot be focused on people. You can either submit the photo on a flash drive in person or mail it to the Mid-First Banking Center in the Nye University Center. 6 winners will be selected for the scholarship, and the winning photos will also be displayed in the bank during the spring semester. This contest ends on December 6th at 5 p.m., so be sure to start planning your submissions.
And a major development in the world of medicine today. The 2019 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine has been awarded to 2 Americans and a British scientist for discovering how human cells sense and adapt to changing oxygen levels. The prize was jointly awarded to Drs. William Kalin Jr., Greg Semenza, and Peter Ratcliffe. According to the Nobel Committee, their work could lead to new ways to fight anemia, cancer, and other diseases. The trio's prize was announced earlier today at a news conference in Stockholm, Sweden. This is the 110th prize in the category that has been awarded since 1901.
And Devin, I don't know about you, but this is probably the first time this semester I've worn a sweater on campus.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited that it's not quite as hot anymore. Jay?
Well, Mariana and Devin, it's beginning to feel actually more like fall. We actually saw some students today wear some sweatpants and some hoodies. And as those spooky temperatures come in, and as we enter the October season, let's go ahead and bring up those graphics for you and what's kind of going on right now. So today it's 68 degrees. The wind's from the northeast at 6 miles per hour. It's going to feel, well, exactly like 68. The humidity is at 45%. Let's go ahead and jump into right now across the state. 68 in Guyman, 65 in Woodward, 66 in Enid, 68 in OKC, in the eastern part of Oklahoma, Tulsa at 67, McAllister at 69, Idabel at 75, and Miami at 67. So let's go ahead and jump into what can we expect tonight? Well, tonight it's going to drop significantly into 48 degrees. The winds from the northeast at 2 to 3 miles per hour. It's going to feel like 45. So those winds are going to make the temperature feel a little bit more cooler than what we're used to. The humidity is at 40%. So as we go into later on, we're going to expect these temperatures to get a lot more cooler. It's definitely going to feel more like fall for us. So a nice jacket, some sweatpants, go out, buy some hot chocolate. It's going to be great. Go out to a pumpkin patch. It's around the Halloween season, and it's going to have a lot more spooky temperatures for us. And later on, I'll give you the night temperatures across the state as what we can expect tomorrow. Mariana, Devin, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jay. And UCO's 102nd homecoming has now come to an end. Students all over campus celebrated last week with school spirit events.
Intramural competitions, pep rallies, and cheer and dance competitions last week got students excited for Saturday's homecoming parade, tailgate, and football game. Students around campus raised almost $19,000 for the nonprofit organization Palomar, Oklahoma City's Family Justice Center, which helps families recover from domestic violence and separation. The Alpha Gamma Delta sorority took home this year's Bronco Cup for their school spirit, and Miss UCO and our former UCentral anchor, Shelby Love, made an appearance at the game to show her school support. And spirits were during the homecoming football game, but the Broncos fell short to Fort Hays State. More on that with Logan in sports.
And speaking of homecoming, we have the newly crowned homecoming king and queen here with us today.
Yes, that's right. Juan, Jordan, thank you for coming. How are you doing today?
Very good.
Very good, thank you.
Good.
Okay, so how does it feel to be crowned the new homecoming king and queen of UCO?
Well, it's just such an awesome opportunity to get to represent UCO, and we're definitely very excited.
It just feels really great to be able to represent not only UCO, but also the President's Leadership Council.
Mm-hmm. And with that, with President's Leadership Council, this might be the first time that 2 people were both crowned from the same organization. So how does that feel?
The President's Leadership Council just does an awesome job at developing its leaders, and so it's just an awesome feeling to be able to represent not only UCO but PLC as well.
And for the way that they've just poured into us as leaders, and just the friendships and community that we've built through the organization to get to kind of broadcast them is a really cool opportunity.
Okay, that's really awesome. So what kind of plans do you have for the upcoming semester as royalty?
So for the upcoming semester, I'm just making sure to make the most of it because it is my last year here at Central. So just building all those relationships and just making sure that I'm making it the most since it's my I'm graduating in May.
And I'm finishing in December, so really taking the moment for this rest of the semester to honor Bronze and Blue in everything that I do and continue to share UCO spirit for the university that I love.
All right, well, thank you so much to the both of you for joining us here today, and we wish you all the best in your journey.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we'll get our full forecast with Jay.
That's right, stick with us.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
To your weather, go ahead, look at tomorrow. Well, look at that, 74 degrees, be pretty chill, and winds coming from the south at 10 miles per hour. It's going to feel nice to go out there to those pumpkin patches and get with the kiddos and maybe do some carving, or if you're like me, throw pumpkin seeds at your sister, whatever you want to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow across the state. We're going into the 70s, 70 in Guyman, 72 in Woodward, 75 in Clinton, 78, and it's going to be pretty good across the state tomorrow. In the eastern part of Oklahoma, we have Miami at 71, 74 in Tulsa, 75 in McAllister. Now let's go ahead and look, well, coming up later, we'll give you your 7-day forecast, and that's going to be great for us. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jay.
When we come back, we'll get our full social media update with Blake.
Stick with us.
A new and innovative graduate degree is now here at the University of Central Oklahoma. I'm one of the first to explore it. It's called the Professional Science Masters, or PSM. The computational program helps math, science, and engineering students find their edge. Combine graduate courses in a STEM field with MBA classes. Gain skills that are cutting edge and relevant. The program is flexible and convenient with locations downtown Oklahoma City and Edmond. Connect to Central. Advance your career with the Professional Science Masters.
Ride on a wave or climb above trees. See something new in the land of no boundaries. In a state with the most diverse terrain, it's all fun and games. Plan it all at travelok.com. Come see for yourself where you've never gone.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
cross-referencing travel sites, and booking all your flights with those
vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh, but now they're like, aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
UCentral Radio.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back, Broncos. I'm Pfeiffer, and here is today. First, following. It came out as an early feature back in 2011 and was designed to help people discover new content. But most people don't, or rarely use it, or don't even use it at all, or don't even know it's there. This feature has also been known to cause problems in people's relationships by showing their activity with other users on the app. One Twitter user even posted, "Guys think they're slick, but are they familiar with the following tab on Instagram?" When asked, Instagram said they chose to remove the feature to make the app more simple, since many people didn't even know about it. Will you be affected about Instagram losing? Know in the comments on our Facebook page at UCentral. Trending on Twitter today, President Jimmy Carter, the oldest living president in the U.S. history, was helping build homes for Habitat for Humanity today in Nashville. This home and had to get stitches above his eye. The former president turned 95 years old last week and says, despite his number one priority is to finish the 21 homes he committed to help build. One Twitter user even said, "Jimmy Carter is a national treasure and we don't say it enough." Thank you for all you do, Mr. Carter. That's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss UCentral News. Give us a follow on Twitter at UCentral Media and like us on Facebook at UCentral. Have a great rest of the day, Broncos, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Blake. Devin, did you go to the homecoming game on Saturday?
Actually, I did not get to go, but later we're going to find out more about the game and how it went and more sports with Logan after this.
Yes, stay with us, Broncos.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Good afternoon, Bronco fans. I'm Logan Long, and welcome to this edition of UCentral Sports. The UCO soccer team got back on track Sunday. The number 14 ranked Broncos beat Nebraska Kearney 4-1 Sunday afternoon at Tom Thompson Field. The Broncos are now 7-1-2 on the season and 2-1 in MIAA play. The conference match against Nebraska Kearney was notched at 1-1 at halftime, but the Broncos would respond with a strong second half. Taryn Kedzer, Haley Post, and Brooke Moore all scored in the second half to propel UCO to a 4-1 victory. UCO outshot Nebraska 33-5 on the day, with 16 of those shots being on goal, as the Broncos continued to apply pressure throughout the match. After playing 9 of their first 10 games at home, the Broncos will now hit the road and play 6 of the final 8 regular season games away. That will begin Friday in Joplin, Missouri, as the Broncos will take on Southern Missouri. Now we'll shift to the football field. The UCO football team suffered a tough loss on homecoming Saturday afternoon. The Broncos lost 35-7 to Fort Hays State in the MIAA matchup. UCO now falls below 500 and are 2-3 on the season. The Broncos started the game well, as you can see here. Will Collins was just spreading the ball all around the field, and even down to the end of the first quarter, the game was tied at 7-7. But after that, the Fort Hays defense was dominant, and the Broncos punted the next 2 possessions and would not score again. The Fort Hays defense would force an interception the following drive, and in the second half, the Broncos punted on all 5 of their possessions. Fort Hays State scored 4 unanswered touchdowns to put the game out of reach. UCO will now look forward to playing Central Missouri, who is 5-0 on the season. The Broncos will be on the road next weekend in Warrensburg, Missouri. The game will kick off at 1:30. Now we'll shift to the water. The 2018 and 2019 national champions, your UCO rowing team, opened up their season this weekend. The Broncos picked up right where they left off last season, picking up several top 5 finishes at the head of Oklahoma on Saturday, including a first-place finish in the night sprints grand finale. UCO also finished 8th in the 4,000-meter varsity 8+ head racing with a time of 14:32, and would later get a second-place finish from its varsity 4+ boat with a time of 15:24. UCO will only race once more in the fall season. The Broncos will head to Tulsa in the first weekend of November for the TU Fall Invite. Now to the court. The UCO volleyball team fell to number 5 ranked Washburn in a 3-set match on Saturday at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. UCO now holds a record of 12-5 overall and 4-3 in conference play. Washburn improved to 14-1 overall and 6-1 in the MIAA. Washburn swept all 3 sets of the match with 25-16, 25-20, and 25-18 wins. The Broncos will now hit the road for 2 conference matches next week, playing at Northwest Missouri Friday and Central Missouri on Saturday. Well, that's all the time I have for sports today. Bronco fans, I hope you have a great day. Devin, Martiana, what do we have coming up after the break?
Thanks, Logan.
We'll get our last look at weather with Jay right after the break.
Stick with us.
Whomever you want to be, wherever you want to go, UCO's College of Business can help get you there. Our degree programs and dedicated faculty will help you gain the knowledge and skills you need to connect to the future of business.
Because of UCO's College of Business, I've been able to be successful in business and in leadership. They take that time for situational things to prepare you and give you the tools, essential needs, and skill sets that's going to set you up for success in the future.
You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You can have all you ever wanted.
Larger than life is what we've made Oklahoma City, with a spirit that says, go for it.
You can have all you ever wanted. You know you could.
We are one of the oldest institutions of higher learning in Oklahoma.
We are teaching tomorrow's leaders.
We are champions.
We're the first forensic science program of its kind in the state.
We are making school rock.
We are the leaders on campus today and in our communities tomorrow.
We are reaching new heights in the fine arts.
We are tomorrow's business innovators.
We are learning to prevent illness and promote health in our community.
We are all this and more. We are
UCentral. Welcome back to UCentral News.
Let's take a last look at weather. How's it looking, Jay?
Yeah, guys, well, so far, I mean, look at that. Tonight, it drops into 49 degrees. And as you see for the rest of the week, Tuesday, 76, Wednesday at 80, Thursday at 80. We have a little bit of some chance of some rain that might move in, which makes those temperatures drop from 80 to pretty much half that to 43. Friday at 55, and it drops into 37 degrees. Saturday at 64, drops to 44 degrees at night. Sunday, 69, drops to 49. So we are definitely seeing fall move in. And I saw a lot of people today, they were wearing some hoodies, some sweats, and it's already getting that time of the season.
Yeah, I feel that. Today was actually the first day that I wore like a sweater on campus, and I was like, it's cold enough to do that. I'm super excited.
Long sleeves now. It's definitely a lot of fluctuating weather, though, like you said, like 80 to 40.
Yeah.
But a lot of the days are going to be like nicer now, like decent temperatures, not too hot, not too cold. I feel like,
definitely. It's a great time to go out with the kids and those pumpkin patches. And hey, fall break is coming up, which I'm sure a lot of UCO students are excited for.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing for fall break?
Oh, I'm probably going back home and visiting with family. I have a midterm like right before fall break, and then I'm off. I'm leaving campus. I'm going to visit the family. So what are you guys doing?
Same thing probably, but hopefully good weather for fall break and football season coming up, all of that stuff for these next few weekends and stuff. So.
Yeah, and then Halloween's right after that.
All of it coming up. Good weather for that.
Spooky temperatures, Halloween, haunted houses. It's going to be great.
It's whole mood. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of UCentral News.
Make sure to add us on Twitter at UCentral Media and on Facebook at UCentral.
Have a great night, Edmond.